The magic of fairy tales seems to be fading, and Disney's new Snow White may be proof of that. Once celebrated as a timeless classic, this latest live-action remake has instead plunged into controversy, critical backlash, and underwhelming box office returns. But what exactly went wrong? Welcome to 2230, where we dive into the stories behind the headlines. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep-dive news that goes beyond the surface. Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, premiered in Singapore on March 20th. But far from drawing crowds, many screenings were shockingly empty. The film, which cost an estimated 240 Singapore dollars to 270 million Singapore dollars to produce, seems to be struggling to recoup its investment, and not just because of what's on the screen. Let's break it down. One major point of criticism is the film's storytelling. While Zegler previously shown in West Side Story and The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, critics argue that the character of Snow White lacked emotional depth. The attempt to modernize her into a more independent figure apparently left her feeling incomplete, and audiences noticed. Then there's Gal Gadot. Despite her star power, her portrayal of the evil queen has been labeled confusing. Too little and too much at the same time, as one critic put it. Compared to past villainous portrayals like Angelina Jolie's Maleficent, Gadot's queen fails to inspire fear or sympathy. But the problems extend far beyond acting. One of the most unsettling features of the film? The CGI dwarves. Designed to resemble their 1937 counterparts, they sit awkwardly in the uncanny valley. Neither cartoonish nor realistic, just uncomfortable. With today's technological advances, audiences expected more polish, especially from a studio like Disney. Still, the real storm may have come from off-screen drama. The film was already under fire before release, largely due to Zegler's past comments. She described the original Snow White's themes as outdated and called the prince's role weird, even going as far as saying he literally stalks her. That didn't sit well with fans of the original. And then came the geopolitical divide. Zegler ended a social media post celebrating the trailer's success with the line, "Free Palestine." Disney reportedly asked her to remove the post. She refused. Meanwhile, Gadot, an outspoken supporter of Israel, was targeted by pro-Palestinian activists who called for a boycott of the movie. This placed the film smack in the middle of a global political conflict between its two lead stars. Critics argue that these political issues, along with the identity debates about Zegler, who is Latina, playing a character described as having skin as white as snow, compounded to create a backlash the movie couldn't shake off. So the big question now, was Snow White doomed from the start? As freelance critic Jed Jong put it, one controversy can pique curiosity, but too many can create what he called an event horizon. This movie may have reached that point. Add to that a tough economic climate where audiences are picky about where they spend, and the rise of streaming options, and you've got a perfect storm. And here's something to think about. Are audiences rejecting Snow White because of its modern values, its messy production, or because it's simply not a good movie? Or is it all three? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Is Disney's magic formula for live-action remakes broken? Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to 2230 for more in-depth reports that make you think.